in 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to Janky AF and my Janky life. Here's Lenny. I think he's hungry. I'm not going to show you too much of my kitchen because it's a little embarrassing right now, a little out of sorts. We packed out of the art show, so we have some art everywhere, the great Tom Fartling. And then this is, I'll point out again, Kadesh Weish's art. Maybe I'll link her again. She just made some incredible abstract art that's going to go in our powder room. And we've been doing some work on our powder room, so that's the first thing I'm going to show you, a little progress here. First off, I just bought this, just got this in the mail, this great baseball doorknob, and that'll sort of be a little preview of what's going on here. Ignore those letters for a second. So we have the black toilet, the great Elger lowrider, which I think I've shown you before. Now we have two browns. I bought this wainscot. My dad helped me cut it up and cut out with the jigsaw for these outlet covers. We have like sort of this chocolate brown, then we have this deep like espresso brown, both of which I got at the reuse center for the princely sum of $7, $5 for like 3/4 of a gallon of this brown semi-gloss, exactly what I wanted, and then $2 for a little sample can, which is going to get me 2 coats on this trim. So that's absolutely fantastic. Doing things janky, doing things bargaining, for a bargain, and doing things economically. So we got all that paint. A gallon of good paint nowadays is like, $60, $70, $80. So again, you find little ways, go to your local reuse center and get yourself a deal. So I think it's going to look awesome in here. The wainscot, just give it a little gusto. And obviously we have the brown laminate floor, so the brown trim. Brown will be kind of a theme and wood will be a theme. So then I've been sorting baseball cards, and maybe I'll actually throw that clip in here. I'm doing a separate little video about this dedicated space. I think we're going to do like sort of this Topps has a great wood grain. I got all these baseball cards from free. Someone donated them. And I think the wood grain will go well with this, both the brown theme and sort of the wood theme. So I think there'll be like a mural on the second half here, but I wanted some wainscot just to break it up. And also then it's just like simply less to mural. Now on the ceiling, I don't know what we're going to do. I have some crazy ideas. We'll see what that happens. So that's a little progress. It'll be so nice to have, a second little bathroom in the house for guests or whatever you have. So that's update and progress on the powder room here. Now these letters you see, obviously maybe you've seen some videos if you've watched this show before, out at $1 Million View. I bought these off eBay, and they're just like laser cut. They're a little thinner than I thought maybe, but whatever, they're fine. So I'm gonna screw these, maybe paint them first and screw these into an old piece of barnwood that I have, and this sign will hang at the property, and so now $1 Million View will finally be known to all. So I thought that was a janky do thank you. Now I did buy them from, I guess technically they're new, but I bought them off, a guy on eBay guy or gal, I don't know, person generally that does these things. So it's a crafts person, and they're doing good work, so I'm supporting them, so I don't mind buying them like that. Of course, it's hard to find, such a custom thing used, trolling through tons and tons of old letters. So we wanted this done, so we sprang for it. So I think that's going to look awesome on a piece of old barnwood. And that's the powder room, and of course the baseball knob. I have to do something with the door too. But when you're in here, it's going to be, a really cozy space. You sit down on the can here and look up, and you'll see this plethora of baseball cards from throughout the years. So I think that'll be a really cool thematic little room. Okay, moving on. Let's go outside. And something just dropped there. Not a whole lot to report here, but the yard or the fence is mostly complete now. Here's where my janky life really gets janky. We have cat food cans. The animals get into them, after they just like to lick the remnants of the cat food, and I get mad, so then I throw them outside. So that's got to get picked up. That's a little extra janky. We were working out here, and then it's a beautiful late September day, but it rained all day, but I kind of like it. It's good to be inside, drink some tea or hot beverage, eat some soup, curl up with a good book, and so that's what we're going to do later. Maybe do some Aerostar shopping, and you can watch that here on JKF. We have the bowl sink that maybe you saw in a previous episode. I've taken it all apart. I'm not sure whether I'm going to try to cut this glass or if I might just build like a natural stained wood base for the bowl sink, because I can just cut it easier, get it installed easier, and two, it might just fit with the theme better. So that's that. Here's the paint I got. Leaving things out in the rain's not a good idea, but we'll put these clips away. This great paint that I got for super cheap. dark brown semi-gloss paint, exactly what I wanted. So sometimes you never know, you just got to go look around. Like the thing with thrifting and with sort of used material shopping, you just got to be a little patient, but then oftentimes you get rewarded. So the gate is in, obviously the fence has been working out great. The animals love to frolic in here, and we're all very, very happy about that. So on the last episode, I said I had all my cars together for the first time ever, minus my Prius. Well, the Prius is back. So now we have every single one of my cars that I have all in one place, and it's quite stunning. And you know, the funny thing about the rain is I always say that it makes the old cars look particularly nice. Like all the clear coat fade on the cars, like the Jetta has this big clear coat fade, it all goes away in the rain. So they never look better when they're in the rain. The Aerostar looks obviously like this nice deep chocolate espresso brown. And of course, once this dries, all the clear coat fade will come back and everything. But for now, just really stunning. I just love this car so much. This just came back. I talked about this last episode, but it is inspected on the road. And God, it just looks so wonderful. Aerostar, obviously, green one still busted up. We are going to do some potential shopping, but so far I've been a responsible person and not gone out and bought another Aerostar. I might add real quick, I don't know if this will come in, but I've jankified my shirt here. So let's see, it's hard to point this when I don't know what it's saying, but it's Italia, but then I put a Janky and I painted the big J orange. So I thought that was like a kind of a nifty little janky, do you think? You're always doing little stuff like that here in Janky F, Jankifying clothing. And eventually I think I'll probably revamp like a little bit of a merch store and have custom jankified pieces for sale. If for whatever reason anyone out there wants to buy some jankified merch, I always, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a company, Janky Painting and Toilet Company, that sells commodities and services. So, you know, it's only if you're self-employed in a capitalistic society, you got to sell stuff or try to. But I always feel a little bit, you know, I'm not necessarily a hawker, but I realize sometimes that there are people out there that want to, you know, I buy stuff from people, so why wouldn't people maybe want to buy stuff from me? So anyways, if you are one of those people, here's a little example of a clever, it's all about these like clever, kind of cute little jankified things that we do. So there you go. The green Aerostar looking fantastic, that sport badge. And today I came out and look at how extra white the Buick looks right now. I mean, just it's such a wonderful, wonderful front end on this car. When you see it, especially with like just like a slight, you know, wide angle lens on it, you realize what a classic, beautiful car this is. And this big bumper here, I mean, this is, you know, it's like a long thing that you could actually stand on this if you wanted to. And it's just so solid. The thing's built like a tank, and I absolutely love it. Since I've been driving it more, I've really fallen in love with it all over again. And so I wiped it. It's been like probably a year since it had been cleaned. And since it rained anyways, Nature's Car Wash, I just wiped it down with some clean rags, and it already just shined it up amazingly. Got some of that, you know, dirt and dust that had been sitting on it for over a year while it was in storage. So there you go. And you can see what a difference between this and then the pearl white of the Prius. Now the Prius I got back and it's already full of crap, which of course, you know, working John that I am. So we'll have to tend to that, organize that. Tomorrow's Friday, so we'll have one more day and then the weekend comes. Hopefully we can get organized again. The sad thing is I was daily driving the Jetta, and that is still kind of full of crap. Now the Sweetheart got these free end tables from someone, so we might try to rehab those, but we'll see about that. That's TBD. They are just like sort of a veneer, I think, so we'll see if we're able to actually do anything with them. But the Jetta, now I have to clean out again because I took what I needed, but there's still crap in here remaining. So now everything's a mess, but hey, Janky, do thank you. Still have some toilet and glass sitting there. I mean, you know, one person made a comment one time about get all the crap out of your yard, and that is something I need to do. Hopefully this weekend. You know, when you're building stuff and doing stuff, there's collateral damage. But I think you got to stop every once in a while, organize, and get back into line. So hopefully this weekend we'll have time to do some of that. In the meantime, things are progressing. All the cars are running, driving, and all of them are inspected except for the Fiat X19, which now that I actually have a little bit of space, and it's already starting to fill up again, but this plastic's going to the job site tomorrow. I do have actual space to wrench in here and try to get the exhaust off of this so we can try to put it on this. I've already talked about that last episode, so we won't spend too much time on that. Now, this is another recent acquisition. This dresser, which I also scored at the reuse center for pretty cheap, up at $1 Million View. There was a request for a little bit more storage for some winter clothing, so I went ahead trying to be the conscientious landlord and got them a nice dresser. So I don't know what we're gonna do. It just needs to be cleaned up. I think probably I'll sand it down and then maybe even get it. I'm not a big sprayer, not a big paint sprayer, but maybe I'll spray this, or it just has all these kind of cool little lines and contours that you can't see great in this lighting. But I was thinking about doing some sort of intricate striping, but then again, who's got time for that, and they're not that they wouldn't appreciate it, but they just need something functional. Last but not least, before I let you go, here on this lovely rainy September day, we've kept this area, relatively clean and functional. I got these bass amps out. I'm going to try to sell those. We did get some stuff listed. There are active listings right now, so we're starting to sell stuff slowly but surely. And we've actually been doing a little bit of music here. I've been helping someone out with some music. So this is, the jankiest recording studio, this side of the Mississippi and maybe in the whole continent. We don't know, but it does function. We got our little USB thing there, and we've got some amps. We can mic the guitar amps and yada yada yada. And then I flipped the Aerostar bench around on this sort of peninsula here. So now if anyone wants to be here and also do some admin or stuff, they got this nice little bench seat here. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it's a very functional space right now. Our shelves are just ready to go with inventory to sort of try to put on line, eBay, or Depop, whatever we're going to do. We'll see. So there you have it. And congratulations to the Baltimore Orioles on birthing their playoff appearance. Big Orioles fan here. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully they do a little bit better than last year, when a young team sort of got swept by the Texas Rangers, who would eventually go on to the Super Bowl World Series. Always wave to the neighbors. Okay, there you have it. That was a raucous ending to that one. We'll do some Aerostar shopping very soon on Year of the Aerostar. And we'll have more episodes of My Janky Life for you too. Still have to respond. So many comments. Janky do thank you to all the people who are interacting with this little janky digital television show that we have. Really appreciate it. We'll try to keep them coming. We'll have another one for you very soon. And until then, Janky do thank you.